Leon is the founder of Hope Foundation for Kids. This is an organization that raises funds for scholarships, college scholarships for children. Through it, they try to instill interest in history through presentations of Abraham Lincoln, as we saw a couple of weeks ago. Today's speech is entitled Inspiration, Perspiration, and Expiration. Please help me welcome Leon.
Are you inspired or inspirational? Are you expired? Are you perspiring? On a day like today, you should be raising your hand. If you're not perspiring today, you've already expired. I'm going to share a couple things first before I get into the meat of my presentation, because I have recently had what I call as good as it gets. As good as it gets happens when my little grandchild jumps up on my knee, 2 years old, that we're taking care of for 3.5 days with her 4-year-old brother, and she rubs my beard and says, "I like you, Papa." So I had it as good as it gets this past weekend for 3 days. But 2 weeks ago, I had another mountaintop experience when we celebrated the 90th birthday of my beloved mom, who should have expired at age 70. Diabetes, weighed 250 pounds at age 30. Lost 100 pounds because of Weight Watchers and changed her life. What an inspiration. So back to inspiration, perspiration, not desperation, to expiration. And so I asked my mother to share with me, actually today, how come you keep inspiring people? And she said, "Son, you remember the movie Shawshank Redemption? And when he said, you got to get busy living or get busy dying." And I think about that. And so I choose at age 90 to get busy living. She has the inspiration, but she also does the perspiration, which is the action. Expiration will come. It comes to your milk. It comes to your driver's license, and it comes to your life. I didn't dream that I would get to celebrate her 90th birthday with her 4 grandchildren and her 4 great-grandchildren, and I had another moment that I call as good as it gets. So I'm going to tell you the story. She arrives with my handicapped sister, special needs, as many of you already know, 8 years ago, and I fully expect that she will live about a year. We're on year 8. Get busy living or get busy dying. So we just had her 90th birthday, and I'm thinking, well, is this it? Is that all there is, my friend? And she looks at me and she says, when I take her this big picture of all the children, all the grandchildren, all the great-grandchildren, and she declares, I need you to make that picture into a postcard because I wanted to send it to the nation this coming Christmas. She's already getting busy living, planning for Christmas. I don't know if she'll make it. So this Shirley Ann who's working for her talks like this. I mean, she would drive me nuts. She's just bad. She's just a flirty fly. And Sometimes the help you get with these situations is not very good. But Shirley Ann loves my sister and goes that extra mile to change bad situations in the bed and tough stuff. And my mom will do anything for Shirley Ann, who is such a good caregiver. And one day she looks at Shirley Ann and says, I am really surprised at you. Why do you love the banks more than you love your own family? And Shirley Ann says, well, what do you mean? Well, you have 17 credit cards, you tell me. And none of them, they're maxed out. And there's this 22% interest that you're paying. That means every time you buy something, you pay double over the next 3.5 years. I pay double? Yes, here's how that works. With that amount of interest, if you pay what you're paying on each one of those cards, 4 years from now, if you had bought a television for $1,000, you will have paid $2,000 on the television and still owe $1,000. I'll fast forward. It's 7 years later. Shirley Ann has paid off all 17 credit cards. She fell in love with a guy. That's another story. With a motorcycle, and he's preaching Jesus over in Moses Lake. And they showed up on the motorcycle this last weekend to thank my mom and to declare to her, oh, we've paid off all the credit cards and we have $15,000 in the bank and we're going to buy a new home. Now their idea of a new home is a manufactured home that's used, but they're going to pay cash for their own little place and be proud of it. And my mother looked up at her and said, I'm so proud of you. Now, with the caution light going, I'm about to be expired on this speech. And I don't know how to work in the word kingmaker, so I'm just going to give up on that part. Gavin shows up at my mother's bedside. Gavin is a high school dropout. Gavin, she says, tell me your story. He said, well, I'm dropping out of school. Or I've already dropped out. But I found a really nice girl. And I wished I had a degree from high school. And my mother said, well, Gavin, you can get a degree. I got mine at age 40. About 3 weeks later, Gavin doesn't show up for work. And my mom is seriously worried. I think I got Gavin fired because we chatted too much. And this weekend, Gavin shows up with his girlfriend and declares to my mom, I'm getting my high school degree and I had to quit my job in order to go back to school. So, to conclude, this whole story reminds me of a Negro spiritual that I love to sing. And it goes like this. It was written by Chester Hairston, sung by thousands of kids all over the nation. I keep so busy praising my Jesus. Keep so busy praising my Jesus. Keep so busy praising my Jesus. I ain't got time to die. But I've changed the words because I'm dedicating it to Mom because she keeps so busy helping her friends.